All right, Sam Silk Show. I want to say this is my part 10 of Surviving R. Kelly. We've been talking about it ever since Friday. And the former manager, personal assistant, Demetrius Smith, is on the phone. What's up, Demetrius? How you doing?
Hey, Sam. How you doing, man? Good morning to everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you, man. Oh, man. I'm going to mention this before we get started. Your book came out, The Man Behind the Man Behind the Man, Looking from the Inside Out, came out in 2011. So it didn't just come out now. So,
yes, sir.
So everybody knows. And what's the book is about you and Kels?
Well, you know, it's an autobiography.
Okay.
I spent 14 years with Kel, so that 14 years is in there.
How do you feel after watching Surviving with R. Kelly?
Yeah, you know,
Surviving R. Kelly. How do you feel?
That's a good question. How did I feel after? I actually haven't watched it. I watched pieces of it, and I actually haven't. I watched pieces of it, you know, because I work so much, and I was trying to. I wanted to wait till it was all over to look at the comments from people, and I see them, and now it concerns me. But I've watched clips of it, and certain clips that I've watched, it's painful to me, man.
What's painful? Tell us exactly what's painful.
When you talk about surviving R. Kelly,
mm-hmm.
you know, I'm surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah,
see, I'm surviving R. Kelly, man.
And what way are you surviving R. Kelly? Let us know.
Well, you know, as I say, I was with R. Kelly 5 years before, you know, his success. Mm-hmm. I pretty much trained R. Kelly. I sacrificed a career with R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. I was a singer, and I turned it over to R. Kelly. And my family supported me with this. Mm-hmm. Craig Hodges, who was my brother-in-law, financed us.
Yeah,
and that was the beginning. That was the beginning of the deception, mm-hmm. and I sacrificed a lot in there. From that deception, I still had fell for Robert. I still stayed in, and a lot of things right now I can't speak on. But you just asked me some questions. How I feel about it was painful.
What made you stop working with R. Kelly?
He stopped listening. He stopped listening to me, and he became powerful.
What were you telling him?
The demon that we see now, I see a demon. I seen the demon in the beginning, mm-hmm. and I seen it developing. And I went to people and I told them about that, and they didn't listen. And
who did you go to?
Now
who were the people
you went to? Company.
You went to the record company. What did you tell the record company?
I told Clive. Clive Caldwell, who was the owner of Jive Records. I talked to many people that were there, and not to say that I saw anything. I just saw something developing. I saw something that I was uneasy with. I saw a kid that had power, and he was going in the wrong direction with it. I knew Robert was illiterate, and I fell in love with Robert, and he stopped listening at that, and he became powerful.
So powerful. I want to go back to what I saw on television. So you forged the paperwork for him to marry Aaliyah?
No, I didn't forge it. I took her to places they told me to take her to get IDs. No, none. My signature isn't on anything. I didn't forge anything. And when they were taping that, mm-hmm. they I was explaining, and sometimes I get fumbled with words, and they said, "You mean like forge the paperwork?" Yeah. I got that done. You see, actually say forged. I don't think I said those words out of my mouth.
But on TV, yeah, you got to watch it. I mean, I would have definitely watched it before they approved it. And so
yeah, they didn't show it to me.
So you knew he was dating Aaliyah. You knew this. You saw this,
no,
correct?
He wasn't dating. He was not dating Aaliyah.
Did he marry Aaliyah?
No, he was not. Yes, he did.
Okay, so he married Aaliyah. Aaliyah moms put out she put out a statement denouncing that the statements that were made on the series by the 14-year-old girl. What was her name, Kenya? What's her name?
I don't
The backup singer. She was the backup singer, and she said that Rob.
Javante.
Who?
Javante.
Javante. That's it. That Javante said on the documentary series that she saw R. Kelly and Aaliyah have sex.
I couldn't vouch for that. I mean, I didn't see it.
Yeah. And so, right. And so her mother in that statement said that was a lie. She don't agree with the series, and said that Aaliyah was never alone, ever, that they was always there. Is that true?
I mean, no. I mean, Diane, she was with Aaliyah pretty much everywhere. Everywhere we went, they were together. Diane wasn't there, Mike was there. Mike wasn't there, and Diane wasn't there. Rashad was with us. We went everywhere together. Now, no, not all the time, because, see, Robert is a workaholic. And Robert stayed busy, meaning that once he come to the studio, he in there until something's accomplished. He was working out with Aaliyah. He was doing vocal lessons. She was doing a lot. Diane got tired a few times, and then she trusted Aaliyah with us. You know, they would send a car to pick her up, and she would come into the studio and they'd work.
When when you found out that R. Kelly married Aaliyah, what did you say to him? What did you do? How did you feel?
When I found out,
yeah, you were there, right?
That he married Aaliyah, right? I was there.
Yeah.
When I found out, we were on tour. When I realized,
you was at the wedding, right? You was at the wedding in the room, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. When I realized that Robert had really touched it, that this affair was real, that that what we had been beginning to see, all this stuff began right there, and that's when it happened. It just blew up right there.
So you knew something. Right, you knew something was going on, but this was the very moment you was like, okay, this is really real. And why would you be at that wedding knowing that she was underage?
Why? Like I say, when this stuff happened, it just happened. It's like you with your son, or you with somebody. You go to the store with somebody, and or you've been hanging out with this cat, and y'all cool, and all of a sudden he do something. He get the police stop him outside. He get caught, but he with you.
So you was
I need $50 to get out of this right now.
So you was,
and you give it to him just for that moment. It's for that moment, and it was supposed. He was told that Robert was told that he's going to jail for marrying Aaliyah. I'm telling them this. I'm trying to talk them out of not do this. Man.
At the wedding. At the wedding. This is what you were telling me. Before the wedding. So
before the wedding.
Okay, right. Okay, so before the
wedding,
you
man, this all happened in a day. This wasn't in this whole Aaliyah thing didn't happen.
Did you? Why didn't you call her parents when you knew that's what he was about to do? Why didn't you call them? All right. This is where. All right, let me tell you. I didn't call her parents. I worked for Robert. I worked for Robert Kelly. Listen to me. I worked for Robert Kelly. Okay, this just happened, and we get to Chicago. I talk to Daryl. I say, man, what you doing, man? You can't do this, man. I'm supposed to call Daryl, but my loyalty was to Robert right then. There was no loyalty to the fact that there was an underage girl that this man was sleeping with.
Well,
and that
I didn't know he was sleeping with her.
Well, you knew he was about to marry her. You knew it was uncomfortable, that it was illegal. You knew that she was minor. I mean,
it was an uncomfortable situation.
Are you a father?
At that moment,
yes,
I am.
So,
I am.
Do you have a daughter?
I have remorse. I have remorse for that, man, so much. It was a bad decision. I made that. I'm not a perfect person. But my decision put it on everybody before they did that, and then I just stood there. And I'm like, man, then when that happened, that's when they were supposed to meet. Then make that decision. After that.
Your phone is breaking up, Demetrius. Your phone is breaking up.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Yeah. So, wow. When did you leave after he married R. Kelly? I mean, after he married Aaliyah. When did you leave?
I left after he married Aaliyah.
Directly after, right then and there.
Not that day, but
when? How long?
It was pretty much. It was right after that. Maybe it was in that week. Yeah, I didn't pretty much do nothing after that, man. Because I fought that, man. I fought for that not to happen, man. I fought. I talked to Daryl, and then they said, "Well, man, we got to do this, or Robert's going to jail for a long time." Okay, so here it is. I'm with somebody that I've been with for 7 years before this. I'm with Robert in the beginning. Robert is like my little brother. Robert is like my son.
When the last time you talked to Robert?
I haven't talked to Robert. Last time I saw Robert was maybe a year and a half.
And what did he say to you? Did y'all have any words? He say anything?
I asked him what he was doing. I said, Rob, what's going on? He was with Wayne Williams, and they were at a little club. I said, man, what you doing, man? I said, well, you did this already, Rob. What's happening with you, man? Why you still ain't acting right, man? And then I was disgusted with him, and I left.
And so
I gave him my number. He never called me, and I left.
You saw him with other girls. I know you said some of you guys would go to the malls or stuff of that nature, underage girls.
No.
No?
I never said that, man.
No?
I didn't know. Robert, I never approved Robert an underage girl. When Robert was associating in the beginning with like Tiffany Hawkins, and when Aaliyah was around at that time, their parents were involved in that. See? And before they went on a tour, they had to sign a paper from their parents. Their parents used to bring them to the studios back and forth. Okay, I didn't stay in there watching anything. I was out there trying to get things happening.
So Tim.
And then when I did,
I just want to be clear because I know people want to be fair, and people watching and listening, they watch. I just want to read this. Robert, this is you on the docuseries. Robert dated a lot of women from a lot of different cities, and we would fly them in, and we would fly them out.
And none of them were minors when I was there. None of them.
Okay.
None of them.
Then to go back, it says Smith also admitted to forging paperwork for R. Kelly's marriage to then 15-year-old Aaliyah to make it look like she was 18. A decision he was not proud of.
I didn't forge. Right.
So they messed up your words. You got your words mixed up, is what you said.
Yeah. That's all that is.
Did you tell them that so they can edit it and make sure it was right?
I didn't see it, man. They did. I mean, they put certain parts of my words in certain places where they wanted to put them at. You see, like that part you're talking about, going to get the girls. They placed that in that part. That wasn't what I told them and how I told them.
That
was totally edited.
Did they pay you to be on the show? Did you get paid?
That's my personal business there, man.
I'm just asking.
Why I did that. I went on that show. I did that.
So you did get paid to be on the show, though. I know you're a survivor, but you got paid.
Yeah, I got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do it for the money? Would you have done it without getting paid?
I'd have done it without getting paid.
So why didn't you?
Because they told me that it was for Robert, and it would be an opportunity for me to explain myself. Because every time I look on the internet, man, I'm a low down dog. You see, I made a bad decision, man. You see, but I'm the one that went out and spoke up before any of this happened. As I said, I got a lot of pain in this. When you talk about being a survivor,
what did Aaliyah's parents?
I had 4 children when I left.
What did Aaliyah's parents say to you, or what did you say to them after this marriage? What was the conversation like? Or did you have a conversation? Demetrius? I guess we lost him there. All right. He's surviving R. Kelly. Demetrius Smith, former tour manager and personal assistant on the show. We wish him well. And don't forget his book is out. It came out in 2011. So make sure you go and check that out. It's on Amazon. The Man Behind the Man, Looking from the Inside Out, where he tells his story. Or is it them calling back? Oh, it was our phone that went out. It's our phone. The first young girl experience you saw was when he married Aaliyah, correct?
Yes, that was when being a pedophile was real to me.
Okay.
You see, or to somebody like, wow, hell no, man, he didn't do this. I mean, now If that would have happened, I would have made a different decision. You see, but I wouldn't have did. What I'm gonna do, man? I can't take my best friend. Man, I just broke the law. Let's go. I'm taking you to the police. Ain't nobody doing that in the world, man.
So your loyalty was him.
I took him. No, I took him. It's not the by part loyalty. He the one that was disloyal, not me. Okay, I took him to his people. They took him to her mother. Now lock his ass up. Y'all do it.
So
I did what I.
So his mother. So y'all took him to Aaliyah's mother.
No, we didn't take him. Aaliyah went right home. She didn't spend no time after they got married. Right home. Now that's their decision to come get his ass. After that, we didn't have nothing to talk about no more. Being honest with you, because I didn't like Daryl no more. I didn't like none of them. And then I am a man that ain't never had shit, been working with this kid for 5 years, got 4 kids. Now I got to make it my way. I resort back to my learned behavior. My learned behavior was I grew up in the projects. I grew up in Henry Hornet, Cabrini Green, and lived on the west side of Chicago. And I grew up I grew up hard. So I had to resort back to that to take care of my kids. And that's exactly what I did. And then I went to prison. Where did I write that book? I laid down in prison and wrote that.
How long were you in prison?
For 5 years, 4 months, and 68 days. See,
what did you
why am I in here?
What did you go? What did you go in for? What did you go in?
I had 36 counts of commercial burglary. 36 counts. I don't hurt nobody. I was a fantastic thief. And I got caught with like $500,000 worth of iPods when they first came out.
Wow.
But I had already had an armed robbery when I was a kid. I had assaults, a bunch of them. So they tried to all that together.
So you left Rob right after he married Aaliyah.
Right after Aaliyah. Right
okay.
After
so right after
that.
Okay, got it. That's what I got. All right.
And then I was called back again in '96.
Then he called you back.
He did. In '96, I went back because he was buck wild. So I was telling him when I used to say, "Hey man, y'all should tell Robert y'all not play his records." See, because until he gets control of himself. My after show activities, after concert activities were buck wild.
What's buck
wild? They were
wild?
running me fucking. Buck wild is you got a long line of girls on. You see, young and old, but pulling are younger or not younger. Nobody was there. 14, 15, that none of that.
Mm-hmm.
When Rob across the stage, 18 and over, that's what they were, and there was a long line of them. And I had to be frustrated with it because I couldn't get my driver there. My driver would get up after the concert because we're going to another city 6 to 8 hours away. Right. So he got to drive up tonight. He's been resting. I'm up. Now, Robert entertained everybody in the back until 4, 5 in the morning. And my driver just sitting. Our lives is at stake. I got a lot of responsibility on the road. All right. I put people in place to handle a young kid that his gift.
Your phone is breaking up. We're gonna get ready to bounce. What year, Demetrius, was the last that you worked for R. Kelly? When did you officially leave?
I officially resigned from there in '96. Like I say, he called me right back. I stayed for 3 days.
Yeah.
They flew me to Europe, and shit was buck wild, and I left.
And
put me right back on the plane.
And why did you go back knowing that with that behavior of his and that he had married Aaliyah?
Well, I thought that at that point because of what we went through. Well, let me see. Was it man? Well, Barry was still. Yeah, he was doing the. Barry the one asked me to come back.
Yeah. So Barry asked you to come back.
Barry asked me to come back.
What does your family say about all this?
My family?
Yeah. Close friends and associates. The fact
about what?
About everything. About your relationship and about you being on Surviving R. Kelly.
My family is mad at R. Kelly because R. Kelly hurt a lot of lives. R. Kelly hurt a lot of people, a lot of lives, man. Yeah. R. Kelly changed the course of people's lives. See, I felt like, he changed the course of people's lives, man. My family, I put my heart in the things that I do. See, I put my heart into you. You see, and when I work for you, and then I'm loyal. Mm-hmm. And now you can cross me. Now I done put 11 years into you, and now I'm set free. and nothing to go for it. Now I got to go back into this world, and I got to learn how, because I've been on red carpet all of Robert Kelly's career. You see, even when he wasn't making money, we made money because I showed him how to make money every single day.
How?
I shaped R. Kelly. I shaped him. Wow. As I said, I was an entertainer. R. Kelly was a bumpy-faced kid with big ears, and people used to bash him. He wouldn't come outside. He stayed in his house, in his room. He was scared. I took him out. I showed him what he would look like on stage. I gave him the confidence that he needed to have out there. He had the talent. But once I got a hold of his power, the people around him, they just let him. I mean, y'all understand, man. As I said,
I'm listening, bro. I'm cool. I hear.
I went through a lot with this guy, man. You know, I knew he would be a star. We had humble beginnings, and then those forces of negativity came in.
All right.
Robert deceived everybody. Okay, and then the tables of judgment came forth. Now where are we? You see, so it was a lot of despair messing with Robert, man.
All right, Demetrius Smith.
A web of destruction.
Hey,
I
man.
went to rehab and.
Wow. You went through a lot. I hear it. I hear it in your voice. You're speaking from emotions. You're speaking from emotions of a place of hurt. I hear that. I
cry in my heart over Leah, man. I cry over Leah, man, because I feel like it's not me. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't nothing that I could do. You know, it's just like when you go into the doctor and your child and I think something different. It's up to you to make that decision. And that was up to her parents to make the decision about Robert, not me, as far as locking him up. I felt like it should have been, but it's wasn't my responsibility to do that.
Why,
now, if he was
why do you think?
If I took him out of town.
Yeah. Why do you think they didn't pursue to lock him up?
I told you I left after that. I mean, I think a lot of money passed the table.
All right.
That's what I think, you see. But I didn't have nothing to do with that.
Hey, Demetrius,
I was the one left and got kicked out.
I gotta go. Thanks for the time, man, and hopefully, you know, you will get yourself to where you need to be in life. You know, your dreams, your goals, and that you get healed from this. All right,
man. I went through a lot for this, man. Yeah, my
right.
family's suffering because of what I went through with Robert, man. All right, God bless you and keep you, man.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right. Part 2 of our conversation, Demetrius Smith, Sam Silk.